What is up, you guys? It is Mr. What If here, bringing you a brand new lovely little video on my small YouTube channel. And this is going to be part 5 to What If Deku was Joker, good guy. Recap of part 4, I left it off with a cliffhanger that ended with Kurashima and Deku versus All Might and Mr. Aizawa. So I'll be continuing this part from this fight. So yeah, let's get into it. So All Might and Mr. Aizawa put on weights. This is Kurashima would ask All Might and Mr. Aizawa why are they wearing weights. Then All Might would say to hold back, of course. And Deku would say, I should be the one holding back. And then Mr. Aizawa says, I know, but we need to see how well you two will go all out. To see if we making right choices. And then Deku Kurashima says, right choices. This is when All Might would automatically rush in with a 10% Detroit smash, slamming his fist directly to the ground, making a giant shockwave and crater, causing Kurashima to be flung back and Deku to be flung back a little bit, but he'll catch himself. And then this is when Deku says, alright, time to see what else I can do. And then this is when Deku will rush in at Mr. Aizawa. Mr. Aizawa would be expecting a type of tactics from Deku. Would be expecting this from Deku, so Mr. Aizawa would rush in as well. And Deku and Mr. Aizawa are at this point going blow for blow for each punch. So each punch they throw at each other connects, each kick connects. So basically, they're on the same level. And then, so while that is happening, we'll get All Might and Kurashima. Kurashima will get back up from being stunned. Sorry about that. Kurashima will get up from being stunned. And yeah, All Might would say, alright, let's see how well you can handle. And then, I apologize about that. It is one of the What If YouTubers' birthdays today. One of the good What If YouTubers having a birthday today. So yeah, everybody's basically spamming on that. Alright. So Kurashima is hardening his whole entire body, running at All Might. All Might is just at this point dodging Kurashima's attacks, and All Might does another 10% Detroit smash. And then Kurashima actually dodges this in time. And Kurashima will go for a Red Riot counter, actually hitting All Might in the ribs. And All Might would say that's pretty much of a powerful punch that was. And then Kurashima would say, don't underestimate me, All Might. You might be powerful, but that doesn't mean that I don't have enough in the tank to at least do some damage to you. And then All Might would ask Kurashima, what is your ideals of being a hero? And then this is when Kurashima would say, being a hero is about being manly and having the courage to stand up, even knowing that it might cost you your very own life. And then All Might would say, in his head, saying that this kid has the spark of a true hero. With a little bit of mentoring and a little bit of practice and training, he would actually become a very well respectable hero, especially if he becomes the #1 hero. This is when Deku will yell out to Kurashima, switch opponents. And then Kurashima would say why, and Deku would just say, just switch opponents. This is when Kurashima and Deku would switch, and then Mr. Aizawa would turn off Kurishima's quirk, so Kurishima cannot harden, so he's going to have to rely on his physical strength to fight Mr. Aizawa. And Kurishima fighting Mr. Aizawa is not working in Kurishima's favor because obviously Mr. Aizawa is way more skilled and he's skilled in martial arts. So yeah, Mr. Aizawa is basically lecturing Kurishima as they're fighting on what he should do better and how he should move faster. So let's get into All Might versus Deku. Deku is just basically at this point taking all of All Might's punches. He's not like taking them, but he's letting himself get hit by them on purpose. And then All Might would know that Deku would be doing this to enhance his own strength so he could be on par with All Might. So All Might is just casually allowing this, and Deku is like, and it said, wow, All Might really doesn't understand how my quirk works. The more pain and torture I take, the stronger I become. Why isn't he understanding this? I know he can sense how strong I'm getting. And then this is when Deku would say, alright, that's enough. I'll just use whatever power I got right now. Just to put this fight away. And then this is when Deku will start to buff up. And All Might would say, now you're a complete match for me. This is when All Might would dash right in front of Deku, catching Deku off guard, throwing a 20% Detroit smash, and Deku would use 30% of his power that he gained from All Might's attacks, and actually collide with All Might's fists. So their fists collide and create a giant shockwave, a big giant shockwave that people like 3 blocks, like people in 3 blocks from each direction can hear a massive shockwave, and they left a giant crater, like a real giant crater, like a half of a meteor came down. And then this is when All Might would start to cough out blood and say that this kid, due to our punches colliding, is making me lose energy that quickly. And then Deku would use this moment to quickly catch All Might off his guard, and All Might would try to do something, so All Might would go use his full power and say full power Detroit smash, and this is when Deku would say full power, Punt would also go full power, and then their punches collide again, actually causing All Might to go into his debuff form, and also, which first sends All Might flying, and as soon as All Might finally stops, he debuffs and he's coughing out blood. Then this is when Mr. Aizawa would turn around to see All Might in his debuff form, and then this is when Kurishima would say, got you, and then before Mr. Aizawa could turn around, Kurishima's fist collides with Mr. Aizawa's face, and then this is when Kurishima would grab Mr. Aizawa's scarf and quickly throw it around Mr. Aizawa, and then Kurishima would grab the little remaining piece of the scarf and actually would do a back throw, making Mr. Aizawa slam to the ground. And then before Kurishima could finish off Mr. Aizawa, knocking him out with a punch, Mr. Aizawa says, stop, the fight is over. And then Kurishima says, what? It's not fair. How Deku get to beat All Might, but I can't beat our classroom teacher? And then Mr. Aizawa says it's not about that. And then this is when we would see all Deku carrying a skinny version of All Might, and then Kurishima would say, who is that old skeleton guy? And then Deku would say, this is All Might, in his less powerful mode, I guess. And this is when Recovery Girl would heal All Might, and All Might would explain to Kurishima and Deku on about one for all for one, and all of that good stuff. So this is when All Might would pop the question to Kurashima, asking Kurashima does he want the quirk, and then Kurashima will look at Mr. Aizawa. Mr. Aizawa would just turn away, and then he looks at Deku, and Deku would nod his head, telling him to take it. And then Kurashima accepts the quirk. So yeah, Kurashima in this will be getting One for All. Will be getting One for All. If I mentioned in one of the parts somebody got One for All, listen, I'm just gonna say this right now. If I mentioned that somebody already got One for All, forget it. Kurashima is getting One for All. Or if I made plans to give it to somebody else, forget it. Kurashima's gonna go One for All. Forget it. Kurashima got One for All. And then we'll move on to the next day, and then the kids, everybody will enter class, and this is when Mr. Aizawa will say, put on your hero outfits, we're going on a little bit of a field trip. And this is when everybody would get onto the bus and make their way to the USJ. And sorry about that. And basically the conversation about the whole quirks are similar thing, and then this is when Momo would actually step up and ask Deku what is his quirk, really. And then this is when everybody in class 1A, including Mr. Aizawa, would turn to look at Deku. And then Deku would say that his quirk is called Arkham. It allows him to take any type of damage he wants, whether it be mental, physical, or anything like that, and he'll get stronger off of it, or he'll just become non-resistant towards it, like poison, decay, toxic, even acid, fear gas, toxic gas, laughing gas. None of the stuff works on him. And he's also has his own type of toxic gas that allows him to allows people to start laughing for no apparent reason, and he's able to mind control them. And he's also able to use the green smoke as whips, as green whips, green smoke whips, or he's able to enhance people's fear and hurt them mentally and while also physically. So, and then this is when Todoroki would say, isn't that kind of, and then Deku would say, villainous? Yeah, I understand that. I know that part. I know that much. But I rarely even use my green smoke for my quirk. My green gas for my quirk. Because when I do use it, it takes up too much energy, and stamina, and power. So I'd rather not use it. So by the time they get to the USJ, this is when the Hero 13 would tell them about the USJ and everything will go similar until the point where the villains show up. So all the villains stay the same, except this time I'm going to be adding my own little twist. And y'all about to see in a minute. This is when the villains would come out, and this is when Mr. Aizawa would yell to the kids to quickly get out of there, quickly go try to get heroes or something like that. And then this is when the portal villain would open up a portal in front of everybody, in front of basically the same group of people. So yeah, and this is going to be Deku. This is going to be Deku, Froppy, and this time, should I do Banetta or... Yeah, so this is going to stay the same 3 people. Banetta, Froppy, and Deku. Froppy saves Deku from in the water. But this is when Banetta will say what is the plan to get out. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I don't know what people are doing today. I do not know. I am sorry. I do apologize to everybody that sees all the messages that's going on through all of us what if YouTubers. I apologize. I really do. Let's get back into the story. Alright. So, yeah. This is when Banana would ask how are they going to escape. And then Deku would say easy. Deku jumps back into would jump off of the ledge back into the water. This is when all the water villains would get back in the water from climbing or trying to mess up the ship, and it would swim towards Deku. This is when Deku would open his eyes and start smiling, and then green smoke would come out of his nose, ears. You'll see it come out his mouth and his hands, and then the water goes from blue to a very dark green, to a very neon colored green. And this is what, and then you would count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every single villain that has a quirk that's related and allows them to be with the water runs out of the water. Like every single water villain books out of the water onto land, and then they all start to huddle with each other, chatter in their teeth, talk about how scary that was. This is what Deku would would enhance their fears to make it look like there's a tall, sinister, all black, red-eyed man with a long knife walking out of the ocean, coming to get them. This causes all the water villains to go into an automatic shock, and they all pass out. And then this is when Frothy would hop onto land with Mineta, and then this is when Deku released the green smoke surrounding his body and says, well, that was fun, and I won't be pulling the green off smoke in a little while. So yeah, that was that one shot I had. And we'll cut to Kurashima helping out. This is when we'll cut to Kurashima, Bakugo, Todoroki helping out Mr. Aizawa. So yeah. So we're going to cut to a little bit. So we're going to give Kurashima a little bit of screen time if you guys do not mind. So cut to Kurashima's part. Kurashima's side of the story. And I will be doing that for my future one, is giving extra characters that will like get one for all their side of the story, so it's not just Deku, but it's also them. So yeah. Kurashima is literally taking down villains left and right, only using 5% of One For All. And Bakugo is like, so that training that he did with Deku, the homeroom teacher, and All Might are actually paying off. And this is when Kurashima takes out a few more villains, and then he'll get to this villain with a very nice tuxedo. And he would run towards this villain and say, sorry to mess up your nice tuxedo. And this is when the villain would start to laugh. And then he says, wait a minute, why does he sound like Midoriya? Then this is when Kurashima, in a blink of an eye, would see a coin flip up. And then the guy would catch it, and what seems to be like a different color for his tuxedo. And if you guys know who I'm talking about the main man himself. The guy turns around, and Kurashima, Bakugo, and Mr. Aizawa are in shock to see this guy. And then this is when he will pull out a gun, will pull out a six-shot revolver, and tell Kurashima, your time. Due to the coin flipped heads or tails. Tails, you live. Heads, that's where I shoot you. And then the coin will land in the guy's hand, and he'll get heads. And then this is when he say, hey kid, And then Kirishima, as he's for some reason still running towards the villain with the burnt face, and then the villain with the burnt face would say, I guess it really did land on heads. So heads up. And I'll be ending it right here. Thank you for whoever watches, likes, subscribes, comment down below on how should I play out. Should I give him his original villain name, Two-Face, or should I change it? So yeah. I'll catch you guys in the next part. Peace.